My dad got stuck in an elevator while my mom was giving birth. What's one of your fears?
Okay, I don't have a lot of just like straight up fears. I think. What are you doing?
I play him with the bottle.
Okay.
If only humans cared that much about each other as trees do.
It's
I'm surprised you've never passed out. You look like a guy that would pass out.
that's mean. Hello and welcome back to That Goes Awesome, the only podcast where everything goes awesome. I'm Christian.
And I don't even eat cottage cheese. I'm Jaden.
Oh,
And if you don't get that reference, you're on TikTok less than us.
that is very true. Chronically online folk over here.
Unironically, though, that is actually like one of the funniest. Like it's, I was just saying a second ago, it's not that funny.
There's definitely some people who just do not find the humor, but it's the same type of people who laugh at 6'7" that will laugh at I don't even eat cottage cheese
And I didn't even think 6'7" was funny
until recently.
I still don't think it's funny, but it's like sometimes the irony of it's funny.
If you do it like geniusly, it's hilarious. If you're just like randomly 6'7", it's not funny.
It's not funny when you're like teaching high schoolers and they're just
That's
like
fair.
6'7", 6'7". But when like somebody older than me says it, it's usually
That's funny. I'll give you that one. Well, Jaden, we've had a long break. How you been, buddy?
Yeah, so we're on fall break right now, which for us and you just squirted everywhere.
Okay.
I hope the camera picked that up.
It did like.
I couldn't continue. I saw you squirt. I had to stop. But anyways, yeah, us old college folk, we only get like a 2-day fall break, which freaking sucks.
Yeah, I despise that. We should go back to the olden times.
The olden times like high school. And he's even more mad because he has to spend part of his fall break with me.
That does suck.
And he didn't want
I hate Jaden.
He didn't want to hang out with me today.
Jaden does not go awesome.
What the heck? I thought we both go awesome.
I go awesome.
It sounds like we're about to do our outro. Guys, hold on.
that was that goes awesome.
Before we do the outro, I got to make sure we're all subscribed on all platforms, which is TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify. Now that I got the plugs out of the way, let's get back to what we were talking about. How's your fall break been?
It's pretty good. I did not do much. I, however, have leveled up my nerdiness a little bit more. Not proud of it. However, I did get into Magic the Gathering, which is like the final step of nerdiness. Because earlier this year, I started painting miniatures.
You started painting what?
Miniatures. Have you ever, it's like the kind of, I don't paint them for like D&D or anything like that. People use it for D&D.
Like minifigures?
Yeah, you just paint them. But like I do it for board games because I have like the Resident Evil board game and stuff like that. And all the characters come just as one solid color. And I wanted to spice it up.
That is definitely very nerdy.
It is, for sure. It's fun though.
No hate, but like, no, you should be proud of me though. Like, no, listen.
For what?
Yesterday, I played video games.
No way. Did you play Siege?
No, I didn't.
Okay, thank God.
And I like me and Christian have talked about this a little bit. Like since the semester started, I've like been so busy. I basically haven't turned on my Xbox this whole time. But yesterday, I spent like 5 hours playing Xbox.
I'm proud of you.
And I also woke up this morning and played before I had to go to work.
Awesome.
I know.
What did you play?
I was about to say, guess what I've been playing? You will not guess.
Battlefield 6.
No.
Stardew Valley.
No.
Well, it wasn't Siege. City Skylines.
No.
I don't know.
Valid guesses. You're probably gonna like hate on me for this.
Okay.
But I've been playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Well, I'm gonna hate on you for that. I don't want to play the game.
I have my reasoning though.
Okay.
Yeah. First of all, I agree. It's not one of the best Assassin's Creed games. But recently, like very recently, they just added Ubisoft Plus on like part of the Game Pass.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks because it makes the Game Pass like a little bit more expensive.
It went $10 more expensive.
Yeah.
I canceled mine because of
Which
that.
is probably not worth it, but I do like all the Ubisoft games. It'd be better for me if I didn't already have most of the Ubisoft games.
That was my issue.
Yeah, but I now have access to like all the old Assassin's Creed games I didn't have. but I already had Valhalla, and I've already like I started playing through it like the beginning of this year, I think, and I like kind of stopped just because I stopped playing a lot of video games. But since Ubisoft Plus got added, I want to play the old Assassin's Creed games, but I want to make sure I beat Valhalla first.
Yeah.
So I spent like the past 8 hours of video game time just playing through Valhalla, which I enjoyed a lot more than I thought I was going to.
I feel similarly to Valhalla than I do to Odyssey, which is it's a fairly decent Viking RPG,
Yeah.
but it's an awful Assassin's Creed game.
I agree completely. If you go into it with the mindset that it's not Assassin's Creed, I think you're going to enjoy it a lot more, which is kind of what I did since I like started it and I went away and I came back.
Yeah.
So I knew what it was going to be when I went into it, and I've actually I've been enjoying it so far. I think I'm a total of like 25 hours into the game.
Yeah, so you're like 5% into it.
No, I think it's like 70 hours.
Yeah, it's just way too big.
It's a really long game, which kind of makes me dread like having to beat it. But I've been enjoying it so far, but I'm also one of the people that like tries to do all the side quests, which makes it even longer.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
it's like fun. It's like 150 plus if you do all the side quests.
I know. It's been nice playing video games though.
I'm sure.
It's been nice like
so long and not.
Yeah. I've been like raw dogging my Xbox.
What is that? I don't think that means what you think it means.
Okay, anyways, so Christian.
Okay.
Daniel is dying right now because I said that. Okay.
Hit me with it.
Yeah. Well, funny story. Okay.
Okay.
While I was at work the other day, I was just working, you know,
Yeah.
as you do. I randomly get this email on my school email, mind you, from this random person I don't know. And his name is William. William, I don't remember his last name. I probably shouldn't expose his last name anyways.
Probably not.
But this is funny. Bear with me, okay?
I'm bearing.
It's just a random email, and I had no idea who he was. And he sends me like 2 files, and like I see that. Then like he types a message. He's like, "Hey, so I was going through my class list. You know, like on D2L, you can like see who all's in your classes and stuff, and you like have access to their emails." So he said he was going through people that's in his class, and he like emailed me and sent me like pictures of his homework and asked me if he did it right. Mind you, this is a completely online class, so I've never met this dude at all. I don't know why he chose to email me. Granted, I do have like 100 in the class, so
he doesn't know that.
I know he has no way of knowing. I guess he just made a good guess. I don't know.
He probably emailed every single person.
He had to email at least a few people.
Yeah.
But anyways, he emailed me, and me being me, I email him back like right away, and I'm like, "Dog, I'm at work." Then I like, from Jaden, like formal email. Anyways, so like I emailed him back and told him that like I could get back to him later, basically, and we went back and forth a couple times. Then I was just like. Eventually, I just sent an email like, "Dog, what's your Instagram?" Because I was tired of like emailing. But he was like super chill, and he like gave me his Instagram. He like followed me on Instagram and stuff. And then I told him like when I'd be home from work, I told him that I would look at it and see like send him my answers because it wasn't like that much work for me, and I was like, might as well be nice. Anyways, then I continue my shift at work, and I just get this bright idea. I'm like, what if I use this for something, for power? So I message him back on Instagram. I say, I'm home from work, but I'm not going to help you unless you subscribe to my podcast.
That's crazy.
And I kid you not, that night, you should have got a notification on Instagram and other stuff that this guy named William followed us.
I think I did get that.
And it was him.
That's actually crazy.
So he followed us, and he sent me a picture of him subscribing on YouTube. So then I sent him my homework answers.
That's insane.
So
extortion is great. Extortion goes awesome.
I use my leverage to get us a follower.
Bribing goes awesome.
Anyways, William, if you're listening to this, I hope you figured out the homework, and I hope you're enjoying what you're hearing.
So you still didn't help him?
Well, I sent him. I was like, yeah, like I did help him. I sent him my answers. Like I sent him a picture.
Okay.
Cause he like it was through like this Excel thing. He was like sent me pictures of his work and was like, hey, did I do this right? And I sent him mine. He did not do it right, by the way. This was wrong. But yeah,
you could just be like, nah, that ain't right. But instead you were like, subscribe to my podcast and I'll give you the answer. It's like whenever you're like trying to find like a news article or something like that, and it's like you got to subscribe to see the rest of it. That's how it feels right now. Like that's insane.
What can I say? I got us a follower.
Thank you, I guess.
You're welcome. I'm putting in the Lord's work.
Yeah.
I got to use my power somehow.
I don't think that's how you use it.
Okay, I just thought it was funny. Like
No, that's
I
hilarious.
probably still, if he was like, nah, I probably actually no, because I owed him nothing. Like I'm just a random dude.
You have a point.
I didn't owe him anything. So if he wouldn't have, I'd been like, oh okay, bye. I probably just wouldn't have messaged him back. But
That's actually that's insane. I love if that happened to me.
that is 100% serious, by the way.
at-
All that happened, like exactly the way I said it.
Not a single part of me would have thought, you know what? I'm gonna plug my podcast.
I plug the podcast a lot.
I know you do.
What, can you think of another example?
Yes, whenever we were sitting in the middle of the line for Chick-fil-A, and you go, "Oh man, I can't wait to go home and watch the new episode of That Goes Awesome podcast on YouTube."
I did. I said that out loud, like really loud.
Really loud.
In a packed Chick-fil-A
Oh,
line.
and also, you put the podcast on a TV in the middle of school? Literally Thursday?
I connected to one of our school's TVs and I started playing our podcast. I kept turning the volume up so people could hear it, and then Christian got mad at me and kept turning it down.
It was awful.
Because people would walk by and just see me and Christian sitting there watching us on the TV.
that one girl walked past us. She like threw her trash away right beside us, and she was just like,
Yeah,
as she was walking past.
people were doing double takes. They were really confused.
No, that was something. What a great way to get introduced to a podcast. You just see two dudes watching their own podcast in the middle of school. And so I'm not gonna do it.
I thought we were in this together. What the heck?
We're doing the podcast together. I'm not the one putting it on TV in school.
I gotta advertise.
I guess.
I'm part of our marketing team.
We don't really have a marketing team.
It's
if
me.
we did, you'd be on it.
It's me. I'm the marketing team.
Gosh.
Man.
You're so cringe.
It's not that cringy. Okay, sometimes I get a little cringy with it, but like, if it works, it works.
You want help on your homework? Follow my podcast.
I don't even eat
I
cottage
don't even
cheese.
eat cottage cheese.
What is this turning into?
We've descended. What is up? Daniel, do not do that ever again.
Anyways, so I'm gonna go nerdy for a second, which is actually more your thing, but I am gonna.
Okay.
You were just talking about being a nerd.
Take it going.
So, are you a big card guy?
Like, you mean like the actual trading, or not playing cards?
Yeah,
like
like
just
playing cards, like solitaire.
I don't like solitaire.
I mean,
but like
me neither. But how often do you think about cards?
Pretty often, surprisingly often.
Why?
I don't know. Card games are fun.
Card games are okay, but no, some are fun. I like Go Fish.
I like gambling. That's probably
Poker.
my issue.
I like poker.
Poker.
I hardly know her. Okay, but anyways, do you believe? I obviously have an answer to this, and I'm going to nerd out. But like, do you also find it hard to believe that no deck of playing cards have ever been shuffled the same way?
I do find that hard to believe.
Like, I know it is fact. I know it is fact.
Yeah, I've heard that,
but
I don't believe it.
It seems unreal because it's like, how many times have cards been shuffled? But if you think about the number, which what it is it's 52 factorial, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember learning about this in math?
Yes.
So if you're unaware of how factorials work, like I said, nerding
This
out.
is when everybody clicks off the video.
No, it's the cool concept. Okay, so like factorial means you like multiply by the number underneath it, and then you like keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, like 4 factorial is 24, right? 4 times 3 is 12, and then times 2 is 24, and then times 1 is 24. So that's the way you find out the different probability of how many things can be arranged in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why to figure out how many different ways a deck of cards could be shuffled, you take the number of cards, which is 52, and you do 52 factorial, which is basically 52 times 51 times 50 times 49 times 48, and then you keep going forever.
What's next?
Do you realize how big of a number that is?
I mean, I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's huge.
I did know exactly, but I forgot. I think it is approximately like 8.05 e to the 67th.
The number doesn't exist.
Which is written in scientific notation. Again, if you don't know what that means, that basically means there's that E and 67. There is 67 other zeros after that.
There's how many?
There's 67 other zeros after that. So what's the highest number you know?
What kind of question is that? I can just start spouting out numbers. Oh my God.
What's the highest like type of number you know? Like quadrillion,
It is. What is quintillion? Is octillion a thing? Like
yeah.
8?
Well, that's not even close. Think of 6-7 That's that's about what it is. I didn't plan that bit at all. Anyways,
I don't believe you.
That number is so incredibly. That number. Let me try again.
It literally broke his brain.
That,
It's that big.
number is so incredibly large that's why there is basically no way that a deck of cards could be ever shuffled the same way.
Yeah, that's truly fascinating. The way you explained that was also fascinating.
Well, hold on, I'm not done.
Oh.
I have a story.
Billy Mays here.
I have a story of how big that number is. To give you context.
You have a story about
yes,
the 6-7 tillion? Like
6-7 tillion.
Okay, keep going.
So, we're talking about seconds here. So I want you to think about seconds. The number of seconds of the event that I'm about to describe is how big that number is. Okay? So I want you to picture, you start on somewhere on Earth, okay? On the equator.
Okay.
You're going to walk around the equator and make a circle, okay? But you can only take one step every billion years. Okay? This is factual, by the way. I looked this up. Okay?
This is factual? I don't think I could take that step.
Okay, you can't do that. But if you could, this is how big that number is.
Okay.
You take a step every billion years. And by time you make a lap around the equator, you then take a drop out of the Pacific Ocean. Okay? And you're going to repeat that circle and taking a drop until you drain the ocean. The whole Pacific Ocean. And listen, hear me out. And after you drain that ocean, you're going to place a paper down on Earth somewhere. And then you're going to fill the ocean back up and then repeat and drain. And every time you drain that ocean, you place another piece of paper down. You follow me?
Yeah.
And you're going to repeat this until that paper reaches the sun. You stack up until the sun, okay? And then you're going to take all the paper down and you're going to do it again. All again. 1,000 times. And after you do that process 1,000 times, in seconds, I guess in seconds, that is a third of that number.
I would like to meet the scientist who thought of this just to slap him in the face.
That is an actual like study that was done. That's how big that number is.
How do you do that study?
I mean, like I guess it was probably like a simulation. That's just like a concept of like how big that number is. Does that like, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Numbers are really cool.
Numbers can be cool, but like, why did they make it so complicated?
I don't know.
Why is that? How did they have to go through his thought process of like, oh, we're gonna get a drop out of the water, out of the ocean. We're gonna stack paper. We're gonna like drop a penny on the ground, pick it up, and start twerking for a few seconds. Like, like what's happening?
For context, though, like once you do that whole process just one time, you don't even move the first 3 digits of that number. 8.03 ... whatever to the e to the 67th. You don't even touch the first 3 digits. That's why you have to do it 1,000 times to get a third of the way there. That's how big that number is. That's why no deck of cards has ever been the same. Which I also found hard to believe until I went down a rabbit hole and started studying it. But that number is so huge, it is virtually impossible to ever stack any deck of cards, shuffle them in the same way.
I'm starting to believe that the guy who made this up is you.
No, it wasn't me.
Okay.
Sorry if you got bored by my math. I just thought it was really cool.
That's interesting.
If you have another story that you think is more entertaining for the audience, then by all means.
No, I have no stories right now because nothing happened to me. It's been fall break. But like, that's what you had.
What? I thought that was good.
No, it is. It's very interesting. But like, that took like 8 minutes to explain.
To explain how big a number is?
Yeah.
Well, I meant to start the segment by asking you what the biggest number you know was, but I forgot.
So that's why you just randomly spouted it out halfway through. That was the biggest number you know.
Favorite.
That's the kind of thing a kindergartner does. They walk up to their friend and they're like, "What's the highest number you know? I bet mine's higher."
A Google. Isn't that a real number?
Yeah.
Isn't that like 1,000?
I'm pretty sure it's a search engine, but you're pretty close.
That 1,000 zeros? Okay, we're done with numbers.
Yeah,
They're
no more
gonna get
numbers.
bored.
I think they already are past that point.
No, because that's cool. That's like a
We
deck
don't
of
have to bring
playing
it back.
cards.
We don't gotta bring the numbers back.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That was such an interesting tangent. That you
I bet that's not where you thought I was going.
You got so emotionally invested in this 6-7 tillion number that you have created.
It's because a guest that we're gonna have on the podcast in the future, Ashley, she's been really into playing cards recently, so it got me thinking.
I forgot you started this conversation with how often do you think about cards?
Yeah, it got me.
That's actually insane. Okay, Jaden. Speaking of high numbers, you know what else has high numbers?
What?
Math. You know where you learn math? School. You know where school starts? Elementary school.
Okay.
So I gotta ask, because I probably know the answer to this, because it's probably the exact same as mine. We all had to read books in elementary school. What was your favorite childhood book series?
Easy answer.
I know what it is. It's gotta be.
Do you?
If it is not the answer I'm thinking of, you're a nerd and I hate you.
Okay, I have two actually.
Okay, as long as one of them's the correct answer.
The first one is the Magic Tree.
Yeah, let's go.
Have we ever talked about that?
I don't know.
I don't know. I love the Magic Tree.
I love the Magic Tree.
So much so that me and this girl that I went to school with, her name was Kendall. Kendall, if you're out there listening, me and her in 3rd grade dressed up as the Magic Treehouse people.
Jack and
not for fun. Like there was some like random event thing. We had to dress up as like books, but me and her dressed up as those people.
You had to dress up as bugs.
Yeah, we were the books. Open me. Read me.
Hey kids, read me.
Hey kids, open up.
That's crazy.
Love is an open.
Okay, but you had.
That's not the lyrics.
Those are love is an open door is the lyrics.
Door. Love is an open book.
No.
With you. Sorry.
Okay. Second one. What was the second one?
The Hardy Boys books.
I don't think I ever read those.
Those
What are they
like
about?
they're like I don't remember. Were they like Scooby Doo? They're like mysteries. They're like we're the Hardy Boys. We're gonna solve mysteries.
The famous quote.
Yeah. I remember they had like blue spines. It's really random that I remember that.
That is. I get it though.
I wouldn't know that if I actually had Tritantanopia though.
Okay. Were you a Flat Stanley enthusiast?
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what Flat Stanley was?
No.
I can't remember how it started. All I know is it's a book series about a kid who's just like completely flat like paper. And it's just like the predicaments he gets in. I think the first book explains why he gets flat. I can't remember why.
Never heard of it.
That's actually crazy. Bunnicula,
Yeah.
you ever heard of that?
Nope.
Bunny, he's a vampire.
Nope.
Okay.
I read Frankenstein in 8th grade.
Gosh,
It was 7th grade.
it's awful. I hate that book.
Bad book. Okay. Who wrote that book?
Mary Shelley.
Mary Shelley? It was not Mary Shelley.
Yeah.
Was it actually?
Uh-huh. She had to do it in like a very short amount of time because it was for a competition.
Okay, Mary Shelley, if you're out there, I'm sorry. She dead?
You know when the book come out? What? You know when the book came out?
When did that book come out?
It's like the 1889 or something like that.
So she is probably dead.
It might have been earlier than that, but yeah, statistically speaking, she's probably dead.
Well, if there's any big Frankenstein enthusiasts out there, I apologize.
Oh, okay, I think the story is phenomenal.
Yeah,
It's just that it's
the verbiage.
Yeah, the verbiage has aged so poorly. If I read a modern day translation, it'd be fine. However, I listened to an audiobook where the entire time I spoke like this, and he just said all the super long words multiple times in this exact tone of voice. And it was not remotely interesting. And I hated it. And also, as a kid who grew up thinking Frankenstein was just like a Frankenstein's monster, was like the big scary guy that was just scared of fire and stuff like that, and then learning that in the book he actually like learns to speak and read and stuff like that.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, my bad. I hope everybody born between 1889 and 2025 has had a chance to read that book. But I just like don't vibe with it.
Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of it either. It was probably because I was forced to read it in like seventh grade when I really didn't care about books, and then it, like you said, it was all that language. But I mean, cool story. I just didn't really care. And
He's like spat like straight past me. That was
was
scary.
better than you squirting earlier. Anyway, speaking of squirting,
Whoa, I don't want to speak about that.
I think it's time for breaking news. Welcome back to your weird weekly news. Today on your weird weekly news, unexplained feeling leads North Carolina woman to $1.86 million lottery jackpot. A North Carolina education lottery player said she followed a random urge to play the Monopoly online lottery game and ended up winning a $1.86 million jackpot. Cleveland resident Barbara Stewart said she was in bed and she decided to give the game a try on her phone. Something just told me to play Monopoly, she said. The impulse to make a $1 play led to her winning the $1.86 million jackpot. I really didn't know what was going on, she said. It was unreal. I could not sleep at all after that. Stewart said she will use her prize money to take care of her 3 grandchildren and 1 great-grandchild. This came right on time, Stewart said. It's a great feeling. She added some of the money will also go toward home repairs. Now I can fix whatever needs to be fixed, she said.
Sounds like someone passed go. Elderly woman conned by romance scammer posing as stranded astronaut. An 80-year-old woman in Japan sent money to an online fraudster who told her he was an astronaut stranded on a spaceship and needed the cash to buy oxygen. The pair first met on social media in July in what police described as a romance scam. The scammer told the victim, who lives in Japan's North Hokkaido island, who was an astronaut, and they continued to develop their online relationship. The fraudster eventually told her he was in space on a spaceship right now, and was under attack and in need of oxygen. Police in Hokkaido said the victim, who lives alone, was then persuaded to transfer around 1 million yen, which is about 5,000 euros, which I have no clue how much that is in dollars.
Wow.
Officers believe the exchange was part of a romance scam. They believe it. They're not entirely sure.
They're assuming.
When fraudsters take advantage of people seeking love, they warn people should be suspicious if asked for money from someone they met online. Last October, Sky News went undercover in a scam center in Cambodia and reported how an industry of fraud factories has spread across Southeast Asia. Thousands of workers were taught to steal the hearts and money of millions of victims worldwide and try to make individuals fall for their schemes, which range from fake romances to online gambling.
I would like to take advantage of making love with you. Either that or passing go and collecting a lot of money. That concludes our weird weekly news. Man, that news was silly.
Oh, wow.
I wish I got like a random urge
To make money?
I always have a random urge to make money, but I wish it meant something.
I wish I was an astronaut under attack in space that needed to buy oxygen.
I wish I knew how to convert
Euros to US dollars?
Euros to US dollars. At
It's
least
very close. I think euros are a little bit more.
Euros or
Yeah.
myros?
What are we doing?
Whose Rose is it? That's the question. Rose?
Okay.
I'm Jack.
No,
You're Rose. And I'll never let go.
played by Leonardo da Vinci.
Anyway, Christian, I think today we should talk about some irrational fears.
Okay. I already know one of your big ones, and I'm assuming you're going to mention it. So go ahead and list it off.
Okay, one of the fears that I have is basically just to deal with like claustrophobia. Like I'm not super claustrophobic, but I'm definitely a little claustrophobic. Like when it's like caving or something, I see videos like that. I'm like, ugh, like would never want to do that. But one of my like irrational fears. Are we defining irrational as like irrational?
I guess. And just
That, like,
let's talk about your fears.
Okay, this is definitely an irrational fear. A fear that's like not really rational. Just elevators.
Yeah.
I for whatever reason I've always been like scared of elevators, and I think it's to do with a little bit of claustrophobia. I just don't like being in them, especially when I can't see out of them. The ones that like are glass, I'm okay with, but
That's scarier to me. I'm
no.
not scared of elevators at all, but like having a fully glass one is scary to me.
If I can see out, I'm not as scared. But if I'm like in a closed space, I'm like, what if this doesn't open? My dad got stuck in an elevator while my mom was giving birth. I don't know if I'm pretty sure it was with my brother, not me.
I was gonna say, is this like a long standing fear that you've had? You came out into the world and you were just like, whoa.
I'm pretty sure it was my brother, or maybe I'm just like making this up. But I swear, like, because my mom had a lot of trouble giving birth to my brother, which is why we all ended up being C-section babies. And I'm pretty sure part of it, of that like scenario, was it was like a storming. My dad got trapped in an elevator while my mom was giving birth to my brother.
That's crazy.
And ever since then,
Before you were born.
yeah, I'm the younger brother, by the way. Or maybe that story's
It
wrong.
was generationally passed on.
Maybe I just made that up. I swear that's true though.
I hope you made it up. It'd be really funny if you just
If-
lied straight through your teeth on accident.
My mom's listening. She's like, that never happened.
we'll find out eventually.
Yeah.
Someone will let us know.
What's one of your fears?
Okay, I don't have a lot of just like straight up fears. I think. What are you doing?
I play him with the bottle.
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't have too many. I think most of my fears are very rational fears.
Brave guy over
It's
here.
just no. I think obviously like some stuff is gonna scare me. Like if a dude pulls a gun on me, and I'm like, oh, like that's gonna scare me.
Hit the cactus.
Yeah, the cactus. Oh.
Then hit the senior.
Oh.
It's a quick transition.
South seniors, that's not rational.
From the cactus to the senior. Yeah.
But,
Man, that's going to go over so many people's
we've
heads.
used every single
I know.
one. They better be caught up by now.
If you don't get the bit, I don't even remember what podcast it came from.
I don't
but
either.
It was like our
episode
college podcast. We were
9 or
talking.
10.
It was like our back to school special.
It was.
Oh
that
my
one.
god, we did that,
We did.
and now we're back in school for like forever. Anyways,
one of it was.
true. We started talking about how we thought seniors were scary, and we always did the.
So that could be an irrational fear. It's not mine.
No.
But something like it's not really a fear, but something that used to scare me a lot. So I guess I got over it, but like it used to scare me a lot. Related sort of to elevators is getting on and off escalators used to really scare me.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, maybe it's because I'm scared of elevators, but I freaking love escalators. Like, I hit a mean escalator when I see one.
I like escalators because obviously they're just nice. The stairs that you don't have to use. Fun fact: escalators can never truly break because then they're just stairs.
That's not really a fun fact. It's just
It's just a fact. But like as a kid, I used to think that like if you like didn't get off it in time, it was just gonna like suck you underneath it.
yeah, I mean, I guess it is scary to think about how something could get caught, then it's just gonna suck you in.
I have seen like people's like shoes get taken off.
Yeah.
Like I've seen that actually in person. Somebody's shoelace get pulled out like by a. I didn't like hurt them because they just took their shoe off, or like the shoe probably broke first, but like the shoelace got stuck in the thing. Which don't go on escalators with untied shoes. That's their fault.
Flip flops.
That one.
That would be
That would
scary.
scare me a lot because it's not your shoelaces. They struck your pinky toes.
No, you better like hurry and yank it out. Yeah. No, I like escalators.
Yeah, I'm not scared of them. It's just that like as a kid, I used to think it was like
So
unsettling.
not a irrational fear anymore.
No.
What's some of your rational fears?
My rational fears.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like. I already mentioned it. Somebody pulls a gun on me. That's scary. So a lot of times,
That's not like a fear.
Okay, here's a fear that I believe is fully rational. Going to a gas station anytime past like 10:30 p.m.
I mean, yeah.
That's terrifying.
I mean, yeah, that's like scary, but that's not like a fear.
How's that not a fear?
I mean, I guess it is, but
It's literally a fear. You said it's scary. It's a fear.
I mean, I guess, but you're just being like oddly specific.
I mean, going to a gas station is not scary. Going to a gas station that like nobody's around and it's just like really late at night.
Yeah.
But okay, story about gas stations. A few years ago, I was going on like my family's beach trip that we always go on, and it was like I really had a piece. My mom stopped at a gas station. It was like probably around 12 to 2 a.m. somewhere around that. But it was really dark and it was a gas station that we'd never been to. Sketchy looking gas station. So we pull up and like the lights are on, everything just looks normal. We're about to go into the gas station, and this like truck that is like just has a whole bunch of like guys in it. One of this dude just like rolls his window down, a huge dude, and he's just like, "Hey, the gas station's closed. You don't want to go in there." They were just like, "Oh, okay." So then I just turned around and left because I'm like 90% sure they went to rob that gas station after I left.
That's actually terrifying.
No, yeah, that's that. Maybe that's where it came from. I don't know, but
one of my fears, the piss bottle man.
amen, brother.
Yeah,
being beat on in public.
Yes, that's a good one. Now, one of my like actual fears, and again, I wouldn't say this is irrational; it's more rational because a lot of people have this fear. But just planes, I'm actually terrified of planes. And I was talking about this earlier. I'm not really like scared of heights. Like I'll climb something that's really high, and it won't really freak me out. And I'm not even. I don't necessarily feel like I'm scared to be in a helicopter. Like
Really?
I'll fly up in
So
a
it's
helicopter.
not the heights.
It's just planes.
It's weird.
I don't like planes.
I feel like usually you're scared of both.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. And I still like because I always say I want to do all kinds of stuff. Like I will fly, but I'm going to be terrified the entire time I do it, which I feel like is a common thing.
It definitely is.
Have you been in a plane?
No.
By far, the scariest part is taking off.
Have you been in a plane?
Yeah.
When did you fly?
I flew to Florida.
Oh.
I think I've been in a plane like once. Well, there and back.
I was about to say. I was like, what happened on the way back? Like...
Twice, I guess. But once you're in the air, it's really not that bad. I mean, sometimes you'll hit like turbulence and stuff, and it's like, ugh. But I think it's like really pretty. Like you're up there in the clouds and
I
stuff.
like I love it.
But actually, I think landing might be scarier because you're just like you're coming in hot. I don't know. I think taking off is scarier because you're like praying that it works. And then when you're like landing, you're like, well, you're just trying to get down.
If you don't take off, it's less scary than if you don't land.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure most plane malfunctions and like wrecks happen
on takeoff.
On takeoff because it's like that's when you find out if everything's good to go.
You ever
or
seen
not.
Final Destination?
Yes.
That's how it starts.
I actually really like the Final Destination movies.
Cool.
The first one scares me though.
Just the first one? I think the log truck is scarier.
Yeah, I mean, anytime I'm behind a log truck, I'm like not behind it anymore.
It's my time.
Like,
no, yeah, I feel that for sure. So okay, these are some very rational fears.
I have another irrational.
Okay, what's your irrational fear?
I guess it's irrational. I
can judge. I can judge.
What do we judge? Is it irrational or rational? Like basically, a lot of people have this fear or not?
Irrational? No, it doesn't have to. It's not something that a lot of people are supposed to have. It's just like, why are you scared of that? It's not gonna hurt you. That kind of thing.
Okay, well, I think it's irrational. I think it's a good fear because I'm terrified of it. Is the freaking dentist?
That's not irrational at all.
Really?
Yeah, it's the dude with a whole bunch of metal inside of your mouth, like one of the most vulnerable spots, vulnerable spots of your body, just inside of you.
Is it crazy to say that I'm more scared of the dentist than I am to go to the doctor?
No.
Really? No. I've heard people tell me the other way around.
You spend most of a doctor unconscious.
What?
I mean, if it's like, I mean, I guess I have to like speak for why I've been to the doctor, broken arms and stuff like that, but like. So you're saying that like just going if you're sick, you're not scared? Because yeah, why would you be scared of that? They're just gonna go in, they're just gonna like open your throat and stick a stick down it and be like, oh you have strep.
Yeah, I'm not like
I hate that, but I'm not scared of it.
I hate it. Yeah, but I'm not scared of it. But I'm scared of even going to the dentist to like get my teeth cleaned because I just hate the dentist. My mom is like the same way. She just has like a big fear of the dentist. She like hates going, and I've kind of just always hated going as well.
Is it just like the mechanical part of it? Like you don't like the things being in your mouth, or is it the judgment side? Like, oh, like, do you floss? No, I can tell.
No, I don't really care too much about the judgment side. Like because I guess I've went to the same dentist office like my whole life, and also like I just know the people that work there. Like some of them are like family related, but it's more so. It's like a pain thing. Like it hurts me.
Well, yeah, it hurts.
I don't like it. I'm scared of getting hurt. Like I remember, I had to get a filling. I'm pretty sure. I think it was like I went for a filling, and I just for whatever reason have like trouble getting numb. So I just didn't get very numb, and I could like feel a lot of stuff what they were doing because they're supposed to like completely numb your face, and you like can't really feel what they're doing at all. But like I could feel it, and
I've had plenty of times where that happens.
It freaking hurt. And then ever since then, I'm like, y'all better numb the crap out of my cheek. And I come out looking like the biggest chipmunk ever. Speaking of chipmunks, by the way. Never mind. Just check your For You page.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm terrified of the dentist. I feel like that's irrational. Most people aren't
No,
scared of the dentist.
I think it's definitely irrational. Most people are scared of a dentist for sure.
Okay.
When I think of irrational fears, I think of things that like legitimately just don't make sense. And
So,
like,
do you think the elevators is irrational?
I don't think it's irrational. It's just not. I think it's too common to be irrational.
Yeah.
But I think stuff like that just straight up does not make sense why you're scared of it is more irrational. Like I saw on TikTok today, there was like a girl at cosmetology school who had a phobia of cotton balls. And it's just like she hated touching cotton balls. She was like terrified of the way they look and feel. And it's just like, that doesn't make sense to me. But I think that's the point of irrational fears, is you can't explain why you have it. It's irrational. There's no way to rationalize it.
I was doing a little bit of research just so I had like ideas of stuff to talk about for irrational fears. And one of the like number one things that kept popping up was the fear of peanut butter getting stuck on the roof of your mouth.
It's not a fear. It's just a gross feeling. Some people are... the term phobia has...
Yeah, it had a name for it.
Um...
I also like the name of the phobia for long words. Don't ask me what it is, but it's like hippopotamophobia.
It's hippopotamonstrosis qualideliophobia or something like that.
Yeah, like that's so silly.
It's very close to that, but yeah, it's hilarious. Whoever came up with that, you're goated. I love you. But like, it's definitely just, why do we call them phobias? Because they're not. People aren't scared of them.
What's the definition of phobia?
A fear.
Is it?
It's a fear of something. Which is like arachnophobia, fear of arachnids. It's like you're scared of spiders.
Yeah.
But like, why do we just go with it so much?
I think there's some guy who just thought it was really funny to just keep adding random prefixes onto phobia. Prefix is the right word.
Just
right?
one guy on Google, and he's just like, I'm gonna add this one.
Yeah, he just keeps making stuff up because I swear there's so many things I saw that just make no sense. I'm like, there is no way somebody is scared of like paper clips.
Do you know what trypophobia is?
Is that the holes?
Yeah.
Yeah. What that was like a big thing like a few years ago.
Yeah, I don't think it's for me. That's not a fear. You just get disgusted looking at it, so you don't want to look at it.
I'm not gonna look at a hole and go like ah.
It's a lot of holes, a lot of small holes.
A lot of like
sponges terrify those people. They watch SpongeBob. Ah!
Ah! Oh, Mr. Krabs. Sorry.
But like, I feel like we gotten too loose with it. But there's something that makes sense. Like submechanicophobia. I think I think it's submechanophobia, something like that.
No.
Like it's the fear of like man-made things underwater. So it's like you see like a shipwreck underwater, and it's just like, oh, it's kind of creepy, or like a massive statue that's like fell into the sea. And you're just like, that's weird. It's not where it's supposed to be.
My girlfriend has this. I was gonna say fear. It's like not really a fear. I say fear just to like make fun of her, but she just like doesn't like it. I think disgust also is something that gets tied a lot into like phobias. People say they have a phobia when they're like disgusted by something.
Yeah.
But my girlfriend just hates wet paper, which is just the most random thing ever. But like literally, she sees it and she's like, ugh.
Yeah,
like,
that is crazy.
She's not like, ah. But
it's just yeah. I think that's kind of what phobias have become. Is people now view it as like a disgust and less of a fear.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know if it's like something, if it has a name. I'm sure it does. It's probably some bullcrap name. But like I am like scared of stink bugs solely because I hate the way they feel if they land on you. Like the way the hands, like the way, not hands, but like their legs feel. I hate the way that feels, so I just like, I get disgusted if one touches me, but I'm not like scared of them. I just don't want them to land on me.
I just don't love stuff crawling on me.
Yeah. If I put it there willingly, it's fine. Like that, whenever we went to Pigeon Forge and a guy put a tarantula on me, I was like, yeah, that's fine.
I was about to bring that up.
Really?
See, yeah, I'm also not scared of stuff like that. I feel like there's a lot of people who say they're scared of like spiders or snakes or whatever.
Yeah, that doesn't scare me.
And that stuff doesn't like necessarily like just scare me. Like if I like saw one like really far away or like in a cage or something, I'm not like ah. But I mean, I'm scared enough to where I care about my life, and I don't want to just like go pick up a snake.
Yeah, I was about to say, like if you show me a snake and there's a snake like 5 feet away from us, I'm not gonna be like booking it out of there.
Yeah.
But like if you like throw me in a pit of snakes, I'm like, oh god, snakes.
Yeah.
But that's different. I don't fully. I get it's like it's irrational. People like are scared for like no real reason, but like I don't fully understand people who like can't kill a spider.
Yeah,
Like they're that scared of a spider that they can't kill it. That's one thing. The thing that actually just I think is just so lame and is like it's so weird to me is people who are so scared of spiders that they're the reason that modern video games have arachnophobia settings. If there's a spider in it,
that's a
like
thing?
you go in settings and you've switch it off and now there's no spiders in the game because people are too scared to see a virtual spider.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's insane to me.
What the heck?
If that's one of y'all, Jaden says it's ridiculous. I just think it's a little lame.
I think that's come on. It's a freaking video game.
Yeah, that's
video gameophobia.
it's
Grow
different.
up.
If it's like in VR, that's different.
I mean VR,
But like
yeah.
if it's like you're playing Skyrim and a giant spider lands in front of you and you start panicking, that's weird to me.
You shouldn't be playing video games. You should get a life. Sorry.
Grow up. You're not old enough for video games.
Grow up. That's a really funny concept. Oh, is there any more like really common fears that we haven't talked about?
I like talking about the ones that people clearly have on TikTok for attention. I brought it up earlier, but the people who were like, I have a fear of sliced rocks. No, you don't.
I've never heard of that.
Have you really never seen that? I don't know if you've seen the
No, I just said I hadn't.
That's not what I meant. Shut up. There was a TikTok trend. It was some sort of song, but it was like talking about like bugs and stuff like that, and it was song, but it was like, but this is really too much for me. It's like it's a song. I can't remember how the song goes, but like people would put their phobia, and so many people put sliced rocks, and I swear one person did it, and everyone just saw it, and it's like, oh, I can get attention if I do that. And they start saying I'm scared of sliced rocks. So what they're scared of is they're scared of like if you cut a rock in half and you see what's inside of it, they're scared of that.
I was about to say, what does that even mean? Like, just seeing the inside of a rock?
Yeah, what is scary about that?
Isn't it just more rock?
It's just a rock.
Isn't rock just made of rock?
Like if you get like a sliced rock thrown at your head and then now that you see them you're like, oh.
I mean,
that's one thing. If you look if I slice a rock and I look inside of it and you're like, oh, no.
Like, listen here, Dwayne. Like, why are people scared of that?
Slice open the rock. I'm really scared of Dwayne Johnson cut in half, guys. But yeah, if you saw that, I'd be scared too.
Oh, that was funny. Man, there's just so many random weird things that people are scared of.
I think there's some that make a ton of sense, like thalassophobia. You know what that is?
No. How do you just know these off the top of your head?
Mainly TikTok.
You have like irrational fears on your TikTok?
It's been like the past 6 years of people randomly bringing up a phobia and me being like, that's stupid, and looking it up. But like thalassophobia makes sense. It's like the fear of like water, basically, but the fear of like a lot of water. So it's like people who were terrified of the ocean, especially like the deep ocean. So it's like people like you know, not phasmophobia. So like, Subnautica can be like it can be seen as a horror game by a lot of people. It digs into thalassophobia. It's just like whenever you get to the deeper parts of Subnautica and it's like pitch black water, like that kind of stuff.
That is terrifying though.
Water that you can't see is actually scary.
Yeah. I'm scared of like the deep ocean. I'm scared of being on a boat like out far in the ocean.
I get that.
That's why like my family wants to go on a cruise and I'm like
I would love to do that.
That sounds awesome, but I'm also terrified. They're like, well, you can't even feel it. I'm like, I don't care about feeling it. I don't care about getting seasick. I care about.
I don't want to fall off the boat.
Yeah. Like I've seen the Titanic. I know icebergs are out there.
2 Titanic references in one podcast is crazy.
Oh yeah, I did reference it earlier, didn't I? Leonardo da Vinci getting all the shout-outs.
The deep dark ocean is actually terrifying because like the amount of stuff that lives on Earth that we don't know.
I forgot what the statistic is, but it's so like scary to hear people say that we know more about like
space
than the ocean.
I don't like when you see like a deep sea camera footage and you see like a fish walking on the bottom of the ocean because you're like, why do you got legs? What are you doing down there?
I know.
You see like a full-on alien walking on the sand at the bottom of the ocean. You're like, you shouldn't be here.
There's so much stuff that has to be alive down there that we just have no idea.
And we might never get to go down there because the pressure is too much for us to go.
Man, that is scary. That's a good fear.
No, yeah, that's not irrational at all. Fear of ocean is actually crazy.
It's
like, the ocean is terrifying.
Just to think about like all the huge things, because stuff down there, I think the common idea is that like a lot of it is just stuff that's like really huge because it's down there in I guess our idea of it is stuff that is down there is unbothered by a lot of things, including humans. So it's like the giant octopus or like the giant squid or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like there must be some big creatures down there, and that's what scares me.
Yeah, there's so many big ones and small ones. Cause like the thing about saying like jellyfish that literally walk and stuff like that, like that's weird. I don't like that. But like, I love the stuff that we do know about the ocean. Like scuba diving sounds so fun.
Anglerfish are really cool.
They look terrifying.
They do, but it's so
But
cool.
the idea of it's sick.
It has a little light.
A little light that attracts
Like-
fish to it because they're like, ooh, the light.
Dude, evolution is awesome.
True.
Is it Charles Darwin?
Mhm.
Was he like the father of
Pokemon,
evolution?
the first Pokemon master.
Really? Wait, is that who did I say the right name?
Yeah.
Is it he that had like the evolution theory and all that?
Part of it. He wasn't the
Sure.
only one.
Just like how stuff has evolved to fit different climates is so cool. Like for example, the anglerfish literally evolved to have a light on the front
Because
of
it was dark and he wanted to attract fishies.
I know, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And random off-topic name, Venus flytraps are freaking sick.
Those things are awesome.
Those things go awesome for sure. Dude, imagine like being a plant and you're like, I'm hungry, but I'm tired of all this like nutrition through the roots stuff. So you just like pretend to be a plant and then you're like, and you get some flies. That's awesome.
That's actually sick. I think I like them so much because of how much I played Mario as a kid and the piranha
Real.
plants. Like,
Yeah.
so seeing that they actually existed, I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I don't remember where I heard this, but I remember somebody talking recently. It was probably in some class about how trees like communicate so vividly through their roots.
Yeah. There's a whole system of language that we don't
I
understand.
know, that's so awesome. I never thought about that happening really. I mean, I guess I've kind of heard like, yeah, the trees communicate that way or whatever, but they brought up an example of how like if a tree is dying or something, or if like it got a disease or whatever, it like started dying, it would like send signals that would communicate to other plants around the area that that disease was there and that it was dying, and then before it died, it would like send all its nutrients through the roots to like other trees and stuff.
That's so sick.
That's so cool. If only humans cared that much about each other as trees do.
It's such a crazy concept.
You're dying and you're like, well, that's it for me. Here's my body. Like, take anything you need.
Hang on. Isn't that just like an organ donor? Some people do that.
Yeah, I guess. I was actually about to bring that up. Being an organ donor is scary, though.
Why?
I know that kind of contradicts what I just said, but just the idea of your body being cut up afterwards is just scary. But if you're willing, I think it's better than it going to waste.
I want to do that one day. I want to like sign up to be an organ donor. Not my heart, obviously, because I don't think anybody wants that one. But like
Disclaimer: he has a couple heart diseases.
But like actually, that might completely disqualify me. Like in total,
It probably does.
Probably does. But like, just the thought of like, if you do that, that's you accepting the possibility of you dying at a young enough age that they can use your organs.
True.
Because if you die really old, they can't use them.
To tie this back into what we're actually supposed to be talking about, surgery and stuff like that is actually one of my like biggest fears.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I was absolutely terrified to be put to sleep. That's the main thing that scares me. And I know I've talked about my throat disease on the podcast before. And that's the first time I actually had to get put to sleep and had to have like surgery. Like I wasn't cut open, but like they put me to sleep and had to like go in me. But I think that's a common thing for people to be scared of. But for me specifically, I was just, as a kid especially, was terrified of having surgery. And then I found out I was going to have my wisdom teeth taken out. I was terrified of that because I was terrified of them putting me to sleep again and then having to cut me open. It was just... well, I guess you went through like all your arm stuff, so you probably had to deal with that a lot younger than I did.
I think I've talked about this before. I don't know if I've talked about it on the podcast or not, but like when I broke my arm the first time, elbow backwards, bone sticking out like that, blood everywhere. I was in kindergarten and I didn't like make a sound. I didn't cry or anything like that until I got to the doctor's office and they were like, "Okay, buddy, we're gonna have to saw your silly bands off." And I was like, "No way! Like you cannot touch my silly bands." So like I wasn't really scared of like anything else at the time. I think I was just too young to understand the concept of surgery. I did have surgery in 5th grade, and I think it's just like you get like a slight fear before you're just like, it's gonna suck if I get put under and don't wake up. But then like eventually you're just out before you can think about that anymore, and then you wake up. So yeah, it throws you off that they just put you to sleep.
I know it's, and then them like being like, "Hey, count down from 5," and then I get to 3 and I'm awake again. It's it's freaking terrifying.
That is absolutely.
It's so scary. Like I'm still scared of it. Obviously, I went through it like twice now. I've been put to sleep, but it still scares me. Like if I found out I had to go have surgery and I had to get put to sleep, I would be terrified. And to kind of go along with that, I'm also like just terrified of passing out. I've actually never passed out before. I don't know if you have.
I haven't either.
But that one I'm maybe like less scared of, I guess, than like being put to sleep. But just the idea of just me randomly not being conscious, it kind of like scares me.
That is kind of scary.
I'm surprised you've never passed out. You look like a guy that would pass out.
That's mean. Comas scare me.
Comas are terrifying.
The thought of just straight up like looking at somebody and not knowing if they're ever gonna wake up or not is terrifying.
Man, if you were in a coma, I'd be so sad.
I appreciate that. That's the nicest thing you ever said to me.
I was still trying to record the podcast. Hey, what's up, guys?
That's crazy.
I'm just kidding.
I'm like a sleeper agent. The second I hear like you do that intro, I'd be like, "There's not enough energy." You're like, oh.
That's so funny. Oh well, to kind of tie it all together, do you have any other fears
Not
that
really.
you can think of? One that like we haven't really talked about and I think is a good way to end is just the fear of dying.
That's my biggest one, actually. The fear of I just don't want to die.
I don't want to die either because then I don't get to make content for YouTube anymore.
It's not really my thought process on it, but I do appreciate.
I don't want to. I don't want to die because I don't want
the world to live without that goes awesome.
Exactly. Well, more so, I was gonna say I don't want you to have to live without me because you would be so sad.
I would actually be very sad. But how would, most importantly, how would William get his homework done?
That's true. That's a good point. But no, I mean, in all seriousness, dying is actually like terrifying. Like the physical part of it, obviously. Like, but I think another big part of it for me is I'm scared of dying without living a fulfilled life.
That's about how I feel. Cause like, I'm religious, so you know this obviously. Mm-hmm. So like, my thought process is yes, I'm gonna die and go to heaven. However, I know that's like eternal paradise and peace. Awesome, sounds awesome. But like, the thought process behind me not wanting to die is that like I'm scared of it happening too early, in a bad way, or I also hate when it happens to people around me. Mm-hmm. So like, ideally, when I'm like way distant future, like I'm super old, ideally I go to sleep and I don't wake back up.
I mean, yeah, that's the ideal.
That is the ideal situation.
At an old age, after you've lived a life where you're like, man, I could die happy. That's the goal, right? Yeah. But I think that's kind of a fear that a lot of people have. So
dying too early scares me.
Yeah, dying an unfulfilled life is terrifying. Sorry to end on a sad note.
That was a crazy note to end on.
But hopefully we're not dead by next week so we can join you again.
If there's not an episode next week, call one of us.
Yeah, leave some comments. Be like, come on. No. Well, assuming we don't sound like chipmunks, we should be back next week. Anyways, it's a good thing we made our bucket list so we can make sure we live our life fulfilled before we die.
That is so true.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you check out last week's episode, 2 weeks ago, because Chipmunks took over the last episode. Anyways, make sure you're subscribed on all platforms, like I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed us talking about some irrational fears.
And rational fears.
And actually a lot of rational fears.
Yeah.
Anyways, that is all I have for today. I think that's probably all Christian has for today because he wants me to do the outro. Anyways, I've been Jaden.
I'm still Christian and hope I am for a long time.
We go awesome and we are out.